Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber. This one says, "Hey man, you and I have spoken together on your first live show. My username is Super Sean. I love your content. However, where I live, I cannot get these dumbass women to agree to hook up with me no matter how bold and confident I am. I always get a bunch of rejections whenever I open directly, and I give great energy, confidence, eye contact, voice tonality, and all of that. But these women just always say that they have a boyfriend. And I have approached hundreds, if not thousands, of women this way, and I just get a bunch of time wasters and attention whores that go out with me, and nobody who wants to cooperate. I am beyond frustrated and want to just finally throw in the towel for at least some time. I go out and even get told that I'm confident, etc., and get positive reactions, but boom, nothing happens except I have a boyfriend or flakiness. This cold approaching sucks. Women are so stupid because they try to get with me on the job or when I would be in their class in school or at any social event. But cold approaching, most of them bullshit me. Man, I'm upset. Please help. Thanks. They also tell me that the direct game sounds like pickup lines and they think it sucks. All right, so there's a lot going on here, but I want to point out a few things, right? Now, one of the reasons why the cold approaching might not be working out for you is that you have a lot of frustration and pent up anger about this situation. You understand? So a lot of that comes out when you're dealing with women, when you're approaching women. All of that shit's gonna come out, like, that frustrations, but it's not even necessarily come out as anger or whatever. When you are approaching a girl, it'll be more of the fact that you're frustrated. You want so bad for it to work out when you approach a girl and make something happen, that it's gonna come off as needy, because now you feel like you need for this shit to work. You understand? And that comes off when you interact with women. So sometimes, when you probably approaching these girls, you understand, they could feel that needy energy, that thirsty energy, and then that's the thing that can make them sort of fall back. You understand? But the thing is this, what I find interesting is this, is that, you said that you get all these rejections. When you open directly, you give the energy, you got the confidence and all the other stuff. And then you have the women that say that you have a boyfriend and that they have a boyfriend. And then you said I've approached hundreds, if not thousands, of women this way. Then you said I get a bunch of time wasters and attention whores that go out with me. Okay, you said that you're actually getting girls going out with you, right? So the thing is, but you're saying they're time wasters and attention whores, right? So in one instance, you're saying, well, I'm approaching these girls, I'm doing this cold approach stuff, and these chicks is telling me they got a boyfriend and nothing's happening. But also you're saying that you get a bunch of girls that actually go out with you, but they end up being time wasters and attention whores. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, you're still actually getting some of these girls to go out with you, but you are experiencing chicks who you feel are time wasters and attention whores. So my question to you would be, what is actually happening when you're going out with these girls? You understand what I'm saying? Where they're turning into women who are time wasters. You understand? And a lot of times you're going to have chicks who are time wasters, chicks who are going to play games, chicks who are going to be attention whores, right? But then also you're going to have times where you're going to have chicks who, could basically be feeling you, or they want to make something go down, but you don't really know how to escalate correctly. You don't know how to, create sexual tension in the situation to move the situation along. So the thing is, you might be going out with a chick and you feel like, she's a time waster, attention whore, and you said that, nobody wants to cooperate. And what's happening is you probably are dealing with these girls, and there could be something going on where you're not really knowing how to create that sexual tension. This is why I tell you guys, go to Bad Boy Membership right now, badboymembership.com. Get my audio program. Listen to the audio program, How to Build Sexual Tension with Women. All right, because it's very, very important. Now, see, the thing is, I'm not, what's hard about you know, answering questions like these is because, I'm not there with you, because I'm sure there's something that's going on that you're probably doing when you're cold approaching these chicks that you can improve on. You understand? So, I'm not there, so I can't technically tell you what it is, because you're saying, I'm giving all this great energy, this eye contact, the confidence, everything is great. You understand? But nothing's going on. You understand what I'm saying? And so there's something there that's missing. There's something there that you're not doing to get better results, but I'm not there, so I can't really see it. You understand? Because so that's sort of the the thing that's going on. That I can't really pinpoint because I'm not seeing what you're specifically doing, because it could be stuff that you probably think you're doing certain things, but you're probably not. You understand? And then there's probably things you can improve on, but you don't really notice it. You understand? So that's one thing. Another thing I wanted to point out that you said in this email is you said women are so stupid because they try to get with me on the job, or when I would be in their class in school, or at a social event, right? So in one instance you said, you get girls who go out with you, but they're time wasters and attention whores. Now you're also saying that you get chicks that be trying to, I guess, holler at you at your job, or chicks that's in your class in school, or chicks that are at social events trying to holler at you, right? So you're going out with these chicks who are time wasters and attention whores. So you're actually getting those chicks as you're going out with them. You understand? Then you're saying that there's other chicks in your class who are in your school, who are at social events, who are at your job, whatever, and all this other stuff. So you got all these situations where you got chicks coming at you, but you're focused so much on why you're not being successful in your cold approach, right? Now, the thing is that it's good to, be able to work on that, but you should be taking advantage of the situations where these girls in your class and in your social, at the social events or whatever, are trying to get with you. You understand? Or you should be trying to see how you can improve on the girls that are actually going out with you now. You understand? But what's happening is that you're so focused on the cold approach. Like, it's like you're trying to be a pickup artist or something. You understand? Like, you're so concerned about that, but you're not really focusing on the fact that you have these other women out here that's trying to make shit happen. You understand? See, the point of all of this is for you to, attract the women, get with them, have sex, have fun, and all that other stuff. Go out on dates with the chicks, have some more sex, and do that type of shit. So if you have chicks in your class and, at your school or whatever, at a social event, trying to holler at you, why are you not trying to make that work? You understand what I'm saying? But this is the thing. I understand you want to get better at the cold approaching, which is good, and which is something that you should try to do. But don't disregard or ignore the other chicks that are around that you can take advantage of, that you can make something happen with. You understand? See, a lot of guys get caught up in this whole thing where they want to, and it's usually for ego reasons. They want to be able to, go out in the street, holler at any chick, and then, be on some super smooth type of shit, and then get this girl to, jump all over them and, all the other shit. You understand what I'm saying? But the point of you even approaching girls in the street, or approaching girls here, or talking to girls here, or making this happen here, is that you want to be able to, have the result be you dating and having sex with women that you are attracted to, right? That you want to have sex with. So again, like I'm saying, you have these other situations where these girls are, there, who are trying to holler at you. You're in these other situations where you're going out with women, right? So try to make the best of that at the same time while you're working on your cold approach. You understand what I'm saying? But don't disregard the other stuff. See, the thing again, you're so focused on the whole thing of being that type of pickup artist guy. Like, oh, I gotta go out in the street and holler at all these chicks. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, you can get the same result as far as having the sex and going out on dates and all that other stuff by taking advantage of the situations you have right there that's working now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there was a while, I think like maybe like a year and a half ago, where it was about maybe 6 to 7 months straight where I was literally only meeting women online. I wasn't going out in the streets. I wasn't going, hollering at girls, walking down the block, whatever. I just wasn't doing it. Like, I have no time. I was busy. I was just, working on a whole bunch of shit. So the thing was, every week, I basically had some new chick that I could go out with and have sex with. You understand what I'm saying? Just off of meeting them on Tinder or OkCupid or whatever it was, right? Now, do I really give a fuck how I met them? Do I need to go and cold approach? No. You understand? If I'm getting it this way and it's working, then fucking I'm gonna get it that way. If you cold approach and it's working and you're getting it that way, get it that way. If you're cold approaching, if you're getting chicks online, if you're getting chicks in your school or whatever, however you getting it, get it. The point is that you are getting it. You understand? It doesn't necessarily need to be you having to do the cold approach. Now, I just wanted to put that out there. Now, with all that being said, you still should work on your cold approach because that can give you the extra edge to make something happen, right? Now, but the thing is, though, what you got to understand about cold approaching is that a lot of times, and I've talked about this in other videos. I talked about this in this other video I did like maybe a couple of days ago. I was talking about, the truths about the game, is that when you cold approach, right? I would say you're only going to really get 20, maybe 30% of the chicks you try to get with. You understand? You're around 20%, 30% if you're really good. You understand? So what that means is that for every 10 chicks that you cold approach, right? You're probably going to get maybe, 1 to 3 of their numbers. You understand what I'm saying? In most cases, right? Because again, you're saying that you're running into chicks who are talking about they have boyfriends, and there are actually a lot of chicks who have boyfriends. Of course, there's going to be chicks who are going to say, oh, I got a boyfriend because, they're not feeling you and they're just trying to, not really talk to you like that. You understand? But there are actually chicks who have boyfriends. There are actually chicks out there who are lesbians. There are chicks out there who, are married. There's chicks out there who, you're not going to be their type. So you're going to have to go through a good number of chicks before you start getting those, numbers, before you be able to exchange numbers with chicks, right? And then out of those chicks that you exchange numbers with, so let's say you talk to, every 10 chicks you get 3 girls' numbers, right? So let's say you hollered at 30 chicks and you got freaking 9 numbers or something like that, right? Then out of those 9 numbers, you probably see like 1 or 2 of them, because the rest of them are gonna flake. They're not gonna return your calls. All that other bullshit's gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying? That's the thing about cold approach. See, when you cold approach, you have to cold approach a shitload of women. You understand what I'm saying? A shitload, right? And that's what I've been trying to tell you guys, is that it's a numbers game. So, if you don't understand that it's a numbers game, you're going to get frustrated as hell. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to get frustrated. See, getting chicks' numbers really isn't that hard. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is that the follow-up and actually, making shit go down, that's a whole nother story to it. That's a whole nother thing. You understand? Because you're going to get a lot of girls who are going to flake. You're going to get a lot of girls who, you're probably going that first date and then never see them again or whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, with you, I think a lot of the reason why you're not really having the success when it comes to, specifically the cold approach, a lot of it could be because of how frustrated you are with the situation and that's affecting how you are interacting with these women. You understand what I'm saying? And, you're saying that, you've approached hundreds of thousands of women this way. You understand what I'm saying? And then what's sort of contradictory about your email, and maybe you can call into the show, this Friday and clear this up or whatever, or leave some, messages in the comments. Again, is that you said, okay, I approached hundreds of thousands of girls, but at the same time, you're saying you got girls going out with you. You understand? So how are you getting these girls going out with you if all these girls you're approaching you're saying that they all say they got boyfriends and not cooperating? You understand? So where is that coming from where you're actually getting the girls? Or is it that you're getting actual girls that you're cold approaching, but it's a small amount, or not even necessarily a small amount, but it's the range, that's the average range. Maybe you're getting like 2 or 3 girls out of 10 or 15 that you're talking to, and you're so focused on a lot of the ones who are not getting with you. You understand? Because that also happens where you get shit popping, but then you're so focused on the things that's not going down. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, you said, I go out with a bunch of time wasters and attention whores. They go out with me, right? So how are you even getting to go out with these girls unless you're getting their information and setting up dates? And how is that happening? Like, who are these girls that you're, talking to like that? Is it the girls in your school or your social event? Like, I'm not really sure. So that's not really clear. You understand? But again, at the end of the day, don't worry too much about, I have to be super awesome at the cold approaching thing. You don't got to be this pickup artist guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, work on it so that you can improve on it. You understand? But also understand that you have to put in a shit ton of work when you cold approach, right? And at the same time, like I said, if you are getting chicks who are hollering at you in your school or at a social event, you understand? Basically, take advantage of those situations, right? Also, what I was saying earlier is that if you are having the girls that are going out with you being time wasters and attention whores, right? Some of them, again, of course, that's just how it's going to be. But some of them, in those situations is probably because you are not being able to escalate correctly and knowing how to build that sexual tension. Click the link below to get your tickets to the Bad Boy Seminar, which is on March 25th, 2017 in New York City in Times Square. Space is limited, so get your tickets today.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.